Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming, and today we're back with some more Pokemon VGC 2016. We're back again with the Mega Aggron team. Now unfortunately I just recorded this episode and once again I didn't hit start, so whoopie-doo! So what I've decided is essentially, so I tried to rank up, I got to 1490 and then I lost 3 times. So we're kind of in the middle, and then I just lost those last 2 battles in the recordings. But what we're going to do is I will cut in between battles, and if the battle isn't competitive enough, then we'll skip to the next one, and that one won't even be shown. So I think that's just how we're going to do it now. Let me know what you guys think about that. But before we get started, Raikou, give me help, give me strength. That is a Raikou shirt. I don't know how many of you know him, but you should go check him out if you don't. So, but I'm going to hit that challenge button. We're going to start off today at 1432. It hurts my heart. Hurts my heart how much we've dropped, but we'll be back once we do have a battle for you guys. Alright, we got a 1337 rated player from Washington, United States named B.A.B. Okay, I'm not gonna knock it till I battle it. So it's a Zygarde team. Zygarde, Greninja, Mega Mama, Giratina Origin Form, right, is the snake one. And then Superior and Masquerain, of all things. Masquerain, of course, does have Intimidate, so we will have to watch for that. There's also Map Block on Greninja. Contrary Superior. Levitate, Giratina. There's the Earthquaking Zygarde and the Mega Mall. Of course, the Zygarde could also have its, I think it's 1,000 Arrows or Land's Wrath. I don't know what the shiny one has currently. 1,000 Arrows, 1,000 Waves, one of the two, 10 or 50. But Kyogre looks really good here. We can Ice Beam a lot of things. Of course, there is Superior, but being Special Attacker, Kyogre can take the first hit. So as long as we don't let it get off a bunch of hits, we should be fine. Also, Cresselia looks really good here. We can Icy Wind things. We don't really have to worry about breaking Crobat. So I'm going to go Cresselia. And Kyogre, for sure. And then Rayquaza in the back. Do we bring Mega Aggron or Virizion here? I do believe Mega Aggron does better here. So that's what we're going to bring. So that's what we're going to bring, folks. Unfortunately, no Virizion again. I was able to bring Virizion both battles last time I tried to record it, but hopefully it shows up pretty soon. I'm having a whole debate about Virizion and his item right now, so we'll see if we're able to settle that debate this episode. But we do have Kyogre, Cresselia against his 2 restricted Pokemon, Zygarde and Giratina, which Kyogre destroys. I want to remind you of this. I'm just watching to make sure it's not too glitchy on my recording. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not like up to sync. I don't know. I guess it's just today. But I'm gonna Icy Wind here and protect. No reason not to. We can get both these Pokemon slower than Kyogre, and that way I could just choose who I want to one-hit KO here with nice. Actually, we won't hit one-hit KO the Giratina. We do have to remember that. Zygarde tries to glare Kyogre, so I want to knock that off as soon as possible. So I'm going to Ice Beam Zygarde right away. Giratina does seem to be the slowest currently. And it's going to continue to be that way because of the speed drop. Zygarde, on the other hand, was faster. And now we're getting a Calm Mind going on this Giratina, so I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. So both these Pokemon, I'm not enjoying what they're doing, but I do want to get rid of Zygarde's glares because obviously that ain't no good for me, boy. So I'm going to Thunder Wave the Giratina here, hopefully try and stop it from doing things, and then I'm going to Ice Beam the Zygarde. So Zygarde's going to go down here. I don't think it's going to be able to survive at all. 4 times super effective, see a Zygarde. Props on trying to use Zygarde, though. Props. And we do get the Thunder Wave off on Giratina, so let's see if we can stop it from Calm Minding now by getting a Paralysis. Because I'd rather it didn't continue to do that. It actually goes for Draco Meteor, but Kyogre avoids. That's my boy Kyogre. And now we see Superior come out, so that's another Pokemon I don't want anything to do with. And I'm going to Thunder Wave it. And I'm actually going to protect Kyogre this turn because we don't want to Icy Wind Superior. That's just going to boost its speed because of Contrary. But I also don't want to double target into Kyogre right now. We see Leaf Storm go into Kyogre. We see the Thunder Wave, and it goes off onto Superior. And Giratina Draco Meteors Kyogre as well. Perfect. That's the way I'd like it. That's the way I like it. I'm gonna Psychic Superior and Ice Beam it as well. I don't think my opponent's running Protect, because he hasn't used it yet. So we're gonna Ice Beam the Superior. Does this one-hit KO? It does. There's no Focus Sash there. That's the only reason I Psychic there, in case it had Focus Sash. But now we're just gonna get a Psychic off on Giratina, which won't do a ton of damage, especially at +1 special defense. Yeah, but we do Paralyze, so. My opponent getting no luck with that Draco Meteor over there. Missing, hitting protects, and, of course, getting paralyzed. So we do see the Mawile as my opponent's last Pokemon, so, I'm going to Thunder Wave and Muddy Water. What I'm trying to say is, my Aggron will do well against the Mawile. So Mawile is going to Mega Evolve here, take its chance. And I'm just going to Thunder Wave it. It could be Sucker Punch in here since it is slower and everything else, but it doesn't seem to want to Sucker Punch. We do miss Muddy Water onto Giratina. It's unfortunate. We could have stopped more Draco Meteors from hitting us. But we can get the Thunder Wave off on the Mawile as well. So we do have a chance for two paralyses here. Mawile actually carries Poison Fang. Question mark on that. Why? I do have Lumberry, so that poison doesn't matter. But again, why? Poison is super effective to grass types. I don't know what grass type you're worried about. It's super effective fairies. Your steel type, Iron Head, is so much better in that option. Why do you have Poison Fang, my boy? So Mega Mawile is going to faint. Mega Mawile is going to faint. Is that... Oh, God. If we would have still been poisoned. Is that why he carries Poison Fang? So he can get the poison off and then Hex? That seems to be what he was trying to do there. I'm sorry I let you down by having Lumberry. And this is just annoying how little damage... I mean, I should be Ice Beaming. I don't know why I'm still Muddy Watering. There's only one Pokemon in the field. Critical hit. Draco Meteor actually connects this time. It's going to connect with Kyogre. I don't know that it'll knock us out. Hex is interesting, though. Because typically you'd run Shadow Ball, but I guess... That's why he runs Poison Fang. I guess there's a high chance. He's going to forfeit there. I am going to leave this episode, this battle in, not because I absolutely destroy this person, but because they hit interesting Pokemon. You don't ever see Zygarde. You don't ever see Superior. So I just wanted to show that off. We're going to still have 2 more battles, obviously, because that one wasn't super competitive. But I did want to show you guys that people do use those Pokemon and why you shouldn't use them. I mean, I may want to try Zygarde one day. Just because, but again, I think Garchomp outclasses it. I think that's the only ground dragon, but I think like Groudon outclasses it. We have another 1382 rated player from Maryland. Where are all the 1500s we were just battling? Okay, I can respect this team. This man's got an Aggron too. I like it. I like it a lot. So he's got Zapdos, Kyogre, Yveltal, Infernape, Aggron, and Garchomp. So, Kyogre looks really good here, other than, of course, the Zapdos. So we might want to save it in the back. But I think Cresselia, once again. I mean, Cresselia doesn't like Yveltal is the only thing. So I go Cress, and I need something to threaten that Yveltal, so I might have to lead Ogre. I'm going to lead Ogre, and then we're going to have Rayquaza and Aggron in the back. Actually, Aggron threatens Yveltal as it is, so... We'll just keep Ogre and Rayquaza in the back, so we're going Cress. A lot of Cress this episode. A lot of Cress, which is nice. So we typically don't use Cress. Typically we go Crobat, but my opponents aren't having... I mean, Crobat would have been good for Infernape, because Infernape does have Fake Out. It does have other moves. Fake Out's the... I think it gets Wide Guard or Quick Guard, one of the two of them. So. But Crobat would have been good for that Fake Out, because we could have... mustered through the Fake Out and got a Tailwind off, or something of the like, because we have Inner Focus. And people forget that sometimes, even the higher rated players. Surprising. But we do see Zapdos Yveltal lead, so I'm kind of glad I didn't lead Ogre, but we can just start Rock Sliding with Aggron, which is really nice, and we can just straight up Icy Wind with Cresselia. So we're looking pretty good here. I mean, Cresselia isn't looking good because Yveltal can one-hit KO with Knockoff, but I'm going to Icy Wind and Mega Evolve Rock Slide. If I had Gravity, we'd be looking a lot better because I could just Earthquake here, but alas. I'm sure the Yveltal one-hit KOs us here. If it's built right, it should. This is a lower-rated player, so you never know. But you never underestimate the lower-rated players because look at us. We're lower-rated, and we kind of know what we're doing sometimes. Not all the time. I don't claim to be a master or the best at VGC. I don't, and I'm not. Zapdos is going to protect here, though. So I wonder what Yveltal goes for. It does have Foul Play. That will not one-hit KO either of my Pokemon. It's going to do some damage to Aggron, obviously, but it's not going to one-hit KO it. So we do get the Icy Wind off. Does it connect? We miss Icy Wind, so that's going to be annoying for Yveltal here. But I think I'm just going to Icy Wind again, and then I'm going to protect Aggron this turn. So we can get that speed drop on that stupid Yveltal. Because we need it. We need it. I wonder if my opponent switches out. Nope, no switches. So we got Yveltal, we got Zapdos. I forgot to circle things on Snapchat. We're going to see Foul Play once again from the Yveltal. And Zapdos goes for Tailwind. Why? We get Icy Wind off, but it's not going to matter because of Tailwind. Tailwind will counteract that plus some. I mean, the good news here is that Foul Play shouldn't knock out Aggron, but Zapdos probably doubles into it, is the thing. Is the only thing here. We do see Foul Play once again into Aggron. It should not knock us out. We live at 8, but the Zapdos double into us. It's going to Volt Switch onto the Crest, so that means we do get a Rock Slide off here. My opponent may be thinking that Foul Play was going to take him out from there, but we knew better than that. Who's going to come in? Is it Ogre? It is Ogre, so Ogre's going to get some nice Rock Slide damage off onto it. And also Icy Wind, so we get slowed down. So our Ogre should outspeed it. We can get Thunders off on it. I mean, there's still Tailwind up, obviously. We should be counting that. Oops. Alright. Tailwind. This is turn 2 Tailwind. And now we can just Icy Wind. It's going to connect with both Pokemon. Thank the Lord. So now Yveltal will be outsped. I mean, no, I think Yveltal's back to normal speed now because of Tailwind. Kyogre is at +1. I think that's how it ends up working out, but Yveltal's also going to faint here to the Rock Slide. Critical hit on the Kyogre. Very nice. Good job, Groudon. Proud of you. I mean, Aggron. Proud of you. Proud of you. Garchomp's actually going to come out as my opponent's last Pokemon. Very offensive team they have there. So I'm just going to Icy Wind once again and protect the Aggron this turn. Not that Aggron really needs to stick around too much. It's only got 8 HP. And there's a Zapdos in the back, which Rock Slide's nice for, but we can deal with it in other ways. Actually, I don't know that we can. We got Ogre and Rayquay in the back, so we're not looking too great against the Zapdos, but we can Ice Beam it, sorry, and we can do other things to it as well. Dragon Pulse. Possibly Overheat. Garchomp's actually got Crunch. Why does Garchomp have Crunch? Ouch. That hurt. And Kyogre's going to try and... Oh, it Scalds into Crest. Alrighty. So that was turn 3 of Tailwind. So we get the speed drop on both Pokemon again. So that's something. I think my opponent just takes a double KO here, because it should still outspeed because of Tailwind. But all I'm going to do is Icy Wind and... I guess Earthquake here. Earthquake's our best play. Garchomp does, of course, outspeed. Goes for Crunch. That's going to knock out Crest. Crunch Garchomp. Good for you, man. Good for you. Especially getting that... And, yep, my Kyogre's still going to outspeed. He gets that boost from Yveltal, too, from the Dark Aura, so... Good for you, I guess. Good for you. Leftovers Garchomp, too? What's this guy doing over there? What is he doing? So the Tailwind peters out here, so now we outspeed both Pokemon, no problem. So we can just Thunder Dragon Pulse and not have a problem with anything in the world. Actually, we have a slight problem just because of Airlock. Does make it so Thunder has a chance to miss, which isn't great. Which is not great, but we should be fine. We'll take out the Garchomp for sure. I'm going to Thunder, Kyogre, and Dragon Pulse the Garchomp. Rayquaza should be the fastest thing on this field, and followed by my Kyogre, then his Garchomp and my Kyogre. The opposing Kyogre actually protects here, which is fine by me. Does Garchomp protect? It does not, so Garchomp's going to faint here. This just allows us to have Rayquaza on the field for another turn, because he could have Ice Beamed here. Garchomp is going to faint. There goes Garchomp. And Kyogre's going to go for Thunder, obviously hitting the Protect. Now Zapdos comes in. It does have a little bit of health off of it, but I think we just Thunder Kyogre once again, and we Dragon Balls the Zapdos. This is times where I like that we don't have Draco Meteor, because it does save us from getting KO'd. Or from not having enough special attack, sorry. It saves us from not having enough special attack to do a ton of damage like that. He does have a Citrus Berry in his Zapdos. Everything is moving really slow in the field. I mean, for you guys, it's moving fine for me, but Zapdos is going to actually set up Tailwind here. I think it's a little too late for you, bud. I think you should have just attacked Ogre. Do we hit the Thunder? Oh my god. The Airlock doing us in there. I have to go for Muddy Water here. Zapdos is going to Thunderbolt. Obviously going to be able to outspeed at this point. We lived it. Muddy Water, good to connect. Can we get the accuracy drop on Ogre? I mean, I don't know that it matters, though. Because I think it's still 100% accurate in the rain. I don't think it matters either way. God dang it. You've got to be kidding me. I'm going to Protect here. I mean, it's useless Protect. I'm beating that guy right now because Airlock, our own Airlock, did us in. Our own Airlock did us in. If we had hit... Oh my god. If we had hit Thunder, we would have won there. Now we lose to a 1300 rated player because of it. What do you do? What do you do? You just go home and you cry to your mama. That's what you do. So we're gonna be grabbing another battle, like I said. We're gonna be grabbing another battle because we airlocked ourselves to death. We'll grab one more for you guys, like I promised, and we'll be back once we find one. All right, we find Ayoshi, 1423 rated player from Ohio. I did just have a battle against an all-Hoenn team. Obviously, it wasn't good enough. They got 2 Psychics off on us. One of them was on Cress. So, I decided that's probably not good enough. So, we have Kangaskhan, Salamence, Cresselia, Thundurus, Xerneas, and level 49 Groudon. I wonder if this is a Trick Room team, making it so that Groudon naturally underspeeds every other Groudon and Kyogre on the field. I saw it happen at Regionals. Didn't get KOs like it needed to because it didn't have enough attack power, being at level 49 instead of 50. But Kyogre does really well here other than against the Thundurus. We can deal with Thundurus. We don't have to worry about Thundurus. This looks like a Crobat team. No, actually it doesn't. It kind of does. I think Cress is better here. So Cress Aggron is actually going to be my lead. Actually, with Kangaskhan, do we want to not go like that? Let's do it. And then we'll bring Kyogre and Rayquaza in the back. I like it. I like it. Let's do it. Oops, I'm trying to type... no, nope, I don't want to type words. I want to use the pencil. Thank you. So, we could see Kangaskhan Xerneas lead. Which is fine, because then we just Thunder Wave and Iron Head in the Xerneas, if that's the case. My OBS is being very terrible today. Cresselia Groudon, actually, surprisingly enough. So, this is bad. This is bad. So, what I'm going to actually do here, because this Groudon is slow, and I assume we see Trick Room happen from the Crest, I'm actually going to skill swap. Okay, first we're going to circle. So I'm going to actually skill swap with my Aggron, and my Aggron's going to switch for my Kyogre. So this is a case where we want skill swap on Crest over Gravity, because now Kyogre can come in, it can turn off any Fire-type moves from Groudon, and it can also get Levitate, so it can't be hit by Precipice Blades. I think that's fairly good. I think that... Oh, he's actually going to switch Groudon, surprisingly enough, and we see... Who come in? Kangaskhan. I don't know why he switched, to be honest with you. To be 100%, we see Kyogre. And now do we see Cresselia go for Trick Room still? That is now the question we have. I'm assuming, again, I assume it's Trick Room because of the level 49 Groudon. Typically, you don't want to do that unless you're, like, desperately trying to underspeed things. So I'm going to skill swap. So the Heavy Rain is now lifted, and it comes back with Cresselia. Cresselia actually goes for Icy Wind. I'm very, very surprised at what's going on here. Very, very, very surprised at what's going on here, to be honest. To be 100% honest. So now I'm going to Icy Wind myself in case Groudon comes in. And I'm going to Ice Beam the Kangaskhan. So Kangaskhan has a choice to either fake out Cresselia or Kyogre. I assume he fakes out Cresselia and brings in Groudon where Cresselia is. That'd be my prediction. But let's see here. Let's see here. That's why I Ice Beam into Kangaskhan instead of Muddy Watering, because I could go for Skill Swap and actually he doesn't switch. So good thing I didn't waste my time skill swapping with the other Cresselia. Because I was going to skill swap where Cress is, expecting the Groudon, or I could skill swap back to my Kyogre. He is going to fake out Kyogre, surprisingly enough. That does... Oh, it crit me. It crit me, you cheater. We see Icy Wind from Cresselia once again, just slowing us down left and right. I'm really surprised it's Icy Wind Cresselia. It could also be carrying Trick Room. There's also an option for it. Kyogre's gonna flinch. We're gonna get our own Icy Wind off. We're gonna start slowing down these Pokemon too. But here, I'm gonna Thunder Wave Kangaskhan. Protect my Kyogre. I'm gonna protect my Ogre. Alright. We see the Protect from Kyogre. Do we see Double Edge from Kangaskhan is now the question. Actually see Return. So probably Power Up Punch, Fake Out, Return, Sucker Punch. That's what I assume. So this Crest is just going to continuously Icy Wind now. And we get the Thunder Wave off. I don't think that sounds right. I think the audio is off. Okay, it's kind of working. I was trying to listen to see if the audio is working or not. But here I'm just going to Psychic and Muddy Water, because he isn't bringing that Groudon back in. Yeah, he's going to Sucker Punch here. Into my Kyogre. So now it all matters if he Psychics my Kyogre. My Kyogre actually still outspeeds. Did he Trick Room? I don't know, but we critical hit the Kangaskhan to get it back for his crit on our Fake Out. Does he Trick Room here? It is Citrus Berry Crest as well. If he goes after my Crest, yeah, he's Trick Rooming here. Which is strange. Yep, he's gonna Trick Room. But that's fine. That's fine. Because now my Kyogre is slower than his... Both of my Pokemon are slower than his Groudon. Because we've been Icy Winded so much. So he probably thought I was gonna Thunder Wave his thing here. Cresselia. We see Xerneas come out here. So, all I have to do is skill swap with my Ogre and Muddy Water. Xerneas actually protects, and Cresselia probably turning off Trick Room here. Probably turning off Trick Room now, which is fine by me. We do connect with the Cresselia. I don't know that we knock it out. Nope, no knockout. So Cress is going to set up Trick Room. It is. And now we just Thunder Wave his Xerneas. I don't see the problem here. And we protect Ogre. Oh, it is not a Geomancy Xerneas. It's Helping Hand. So I'm going to protect. Can he knock out Crest from this range? If he goes for Dazzling Gleam, he can't. Okay. I don't think he can, at least. He's going to Razzle Dazzle. Yeah, that's not knocking out Crest any which way. So we're going to Thunder Wave. And now he's slow. Now you're slow. So we've seen Helping Hand, Trick Room, Icy Wind. What else would this Crest have? Does it have Psychic? I don't know. I'm going to skill swap with my Kyogre again and Muddy Water. Xerneas is paralyzed. I tried to protect there. Yeah, I think Crest went for another Trick Room here. That's not going to be the case. Crest is going to faint. And we're going to get to skill swap. I mean, it's not going to really matter. Who has Heavy Rain right now? Cresselia does. I'm like, who's got it? Yeah, I think I can just switch Ogre out for Rayquaza. And we should be fine. We should be fine. We should be fine. I'm going to Icy Wind just to be safe, but we should be fine. I can bring in Rayquaza. I can bring in Rayquaza. Yeah, we should be fine here. I don't want to be overconfident right now, but we should be fine. Because that Groudon is level 49, it appears to be a Trick Room Groudon, so it should automatically be slower than my Kyogre. But it all depends. So he knows that both my Pokemon are very slow right now. They should be slower than this Groudon because of how many Icy Winds they've been hit by. But, because he could go for Precipice here. Goes for Rock Slide, actually. Good play, good play, good play. It doesn't knock out either of my Pokemon. It does not even flinch. So we get the Icy Wind off, so we're guaranteed to outspeed the Groudon. We should be guaranteed. We should have already been guaranteed to outspeed the Groudon, to be honest. Xerneas gets the Geomancy off, so it is a Geomancy Xerneas. Okay. He should still be slower than us. He should, keyword, should still be slower than us. But we do have Aggron in the back. I'm not worried about Xerneas. I am not worried about Xerneas in the slightest. But I can just keep Icy Winding here. And I'm not going to Mega Evolve with Rayquaza. There's no need to. I'm just going to Dragon Pulse the Groudon. It's not a big deal in the slightest. Xerneas is going to get paralyzed, so might have went for Protect there. It didn't really matter if it did, because I'm not necessarily attacking it. I am Icy Winding it. So I guess there's that. But I don't know that it really mattered, to be honest with you. Groudon is going to Rock Slide. So Crest is still getting outsped. Oh yeah, Crest was like negative 50 from that Icy Wind, so that's why. I was going to say, why is Crest still getting outsped by -1 Groudon on level 49? We do still get Icy Wind. No flinches for you, my boy. So we're going to get another double drop here. Another one. But here I just bring an Aggron. Sorry, I got like stuff on my screen. I keep blowing it off. But all I have to do, I Psychic the Groudon, Mega Evolve, Earthquake. We are, of course, going to hit our own Xerneas with our Earthquake. Sorry, Cresselia with our own Earthquake. But Aggron should be outspeeding everything. We probably see Protect from Xerneas, is what I'd assume Protect is coming from. I mean, it gets paralyzed anyway. It doesn't really matter. I was using Earthquake to knock out the Groudon, not the Xerneas, expecting the Protect. which we knock out the Groudon. We don't knock out our own Cress. Cress, I love you. I love you, Cress. You taking them hits. We also went for Psychic, so this won't take out Xerneas. It's at +2. Yeah, it's not going to take out Xerneas. But, I mean, they're going to forfeit. Are you kidding me? People are so freaking salty on the lower ladder. They're so freaking salty. Just take it. Just take your loss. Be a man about it. Gee whiz. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you like our new format of how we find battles. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.